without further ado, subscribe. Welcome to Segatalks, everybody! Yes, another exciting, electrifying show of Segatalks. And are you just glad that I did not cancel? Like, at least, just be honest. Are you at least glad I did not cancel? I was so close to. I was very, very close to just canceling for this week and not doing a show because I was going to be running late or whatever. Let's just say, guys, I was back at home seeing the parents today. Sorry, I'm having sounding like a bit of a frog in the throat there. I don't know. I'm glad to learn about you from Fears. Oh, well, thank you, Atari. I really wish I grew up with the classic 2600 system. Heck, I would actually get the 7800 because the 7800 was backwards compatible. And when I saw that video from the Angry Video Nerd about the game controllers, they showed us very similar one for the 7800 that was almost like the NES, but it was supposed to be for the 7800. And you have like a little thumbstick with two red buttons right beside it. It almost looked like the NES, but it was for the Atari 7800. And of course, guys, I got myself some new fridge magnets. Check it out. Chibi Segacamp, guys. I think this one was like... Oops. I have no idea when this one was taken. This must have been like grade 3. These other 3, though, they're all the same, but they're supposed to be like, when I was like in grade 5 or something. We're going. I'm taking you guys back to the past. Like when I was still growing up in Milton. I thump the thumbstick. Okay. Maybe I will a little later, Dirth, but right now, though, guys, the thing is, I'm so glad I'm still doing it. I'm right on time still. Just a few minutes before starting this stream, I've completely lost the internet. Lost the connection to both the second monitor and this one. And I'm just glad. I'm just like, I just had to quickly turn off and plug back in the internet again, and thankfully I was able to still start on time. Thankfully. But that was weird. Just a few minutes before the stream, we're just gonna cut off the bandwidth. Then again, though, it's not been bad today, though, but there was a bit of a rainstorm later on this evening. Happy Victoria Day, everybody. Here in Canada, it's a holiday. Why aren't you guys not getting a holiday if you guys are in the U.S.? Wait when we, guys. You guys could go start rubbing it in my face all you want by next week. I plan to still do a show next week, guys. You guys can then rub it in my face all you want about, oh, it's a holiday down here, so you can't. Why aren't you celebrate? Oh, that's right. You did it last week. What's the population over there, Sega? Uh, wait. Here in St. Thomas? Anyway, though, like I said, this week is going to be a little different, guys. I'm not doing an interview, though, but somebody is actually planning to interview me for my own show. Oh, I hate that they got rid of the Google Hangout thing, the little taskbar below. I never did bother using that anymore, but I always said about flip the camera so then right afterwards I can actually see what my camera is actually saying behind me. That's because it's only mirrored for your camera, guys. It doesn't matter though. I have my second monitor over here and I can like look at my video box and it will be focused on that. Okay, that was weird. I just tried to move the laptop back just a little bit, and then all of a sudden this USB mic just got loose for some odd reason. Weird. Like, that's all I did. I was just moving it back. I'm trying to make sure that my banner is completely in frame. I'm sorry about my hair, guys, being a big fucking mess as well before I bring my interview in. Just be well aware. I'm just going to get this out here now. My hair is a great big fucking mess. This shit is getting trimmed, guys. Later this week, I'm going about, I was thinking this Wednesday before I have my midweek stream on Twitch this Wednesday. I'll go out in the afternoon and go get a haircut. And by the way, guys, I got coupons. Yes, I have coupons for first choice haircutters. There is a first choice here in St. Thomas, guys. You guys ever go to this place? Is this place is this place popular in the US? I don't know. Oh, but here's another interesting thing though. They'll say I think it's like not valid with any other offers. I think they had something about like using coupons for like other people's hair choices as well. Doesn't say anything about that here though. Maybe I'm thinking of something else instead, where you can use your discount coupons at like places where they compete with, but they'll still use coupons there, something like that. Oh, right there. We accept competitors' coupons. I thought I saw something like that on this. I knew I saw that. I knew I saw something like that. Cut your hair like fears. No, if I'm gonna be doing it, Joy, let a professional do it. I've always gone to a barber if I always had to get a haircut, guys. This shit gets fucking long and pretty goddamn messy. And it curls up too. Just because my dad used to have curls, and apparently, guys, I'm gonna be stuck with that for the rest of my life. You also want to see something that's really bad? Check my rear. Just look at the back of my head. That's fucking nasty, right? Probably have a rat tail back there. Yep, feels like one. No doubt about that, guys. I am stuck with that for the rest of my life. There is no way getting that off of me. Oh, it's shit. I'm gonna re-edit this in my stream once it's done. Number one Tommy fan has a 1 in his title. Let me put these on my refrigerator, guys. Grow your hair and cut it like a Padawan braid. Oh, God, no, Darth. Darth, I'm not like you. The ratty camp gamer. Yeah, rat tail always fucking grows out here. I am stuck with that for the rest of my life. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter if I cut it off, guys. The stuff just grows, but just the way my hair curls on at the back, it grows out every time. There's no way I'm ever gonna get rid of that. He's not like you. He's not an upstanding gentleman. I'm sorry, Darth. I don't mean to. I'm sorry, Darth. I apologize, man. Well, don't worry, Darth. You'll still be on the after show. I promise. Okay, I'm done mustalling long enough. Let's get my interviewee in here. Shall I say that? Or interviewer? I don't know. I'm thinking. I don't know what to. I had a few teas when I was at my parents' house, guys. Okay, my parents, summer, of course, they have to have the air conditioning on, and of course, though, my stamina always drops, and then I'm like laying on the couch having a small nap.
Hello?
Oh, hello, Number1TommyFan.
You can hear me okay, Sega?
Yes.
All right, that's good. Sorry about last time.
And you want to join the dark side. Come to join the dark side, are you, Luke?
Well, Sega. First, there's kind of a process to being a #1 fan, all right? It's something I take quite seriously.
Okay.
If you ask Tommy, he'll tell you the same thing. He and I have spoken many times privately. Not recently, but when I became his #1 fan, we spoke quite a few times. And he was up for the challenge. So if you're up for the challenge and you can answer all my questions, then I will become the #1 Segacamp fan.
Oh, this sounds interesting. Well, that's what I'm trying to go for. By the way, do you know that I have a Yu-Gi-Oh deck in Yu-Gi-Oh Legacy at Duelist with the 5 pieces of Exodia and the 3 God cards?
Actually, I did already know that, so that was not going to be one of my questions.
Okay. Fair enough.
So, just to give a little bit more of background, once again, this is very serious. I'll ask you many, many questions, and if you don't want to answer them, then I guess that's okay. But if you fail to answer too many, then the interview will be over, and I will never be eligible for being the #1 Segacamp fan. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Also, if you want to invite someone else or multiple people to the hangout who are very knowledgeable about you, then that's okay. Because if you can't remember the answer to a question, but maybe Darth or Joey does, then they can help you out. So if you want to invite them, I'm all for that.
I just like to make it possibly just you and me for the time being.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, so in preparation for this reverse interview, I was doing some research on your name. So I was wondering if you know a lot about your ancestry, like where your great-grandparents came from, and what their jobs were and stuff like that.
My great-grandparents. I don't really know much about my great-grandparents.
Okay. Well, I'm just asking because I did some research on the Campbell name, and there's a lot of interesting stuff. Like, for example, the navigator on the Titanic was actually a Campbell. And I dug,
Oh.
yeah, I did some research, some more research, and it turns out that the navigator was a drunk. And a lot of people, after the Titanic crashed, blamed him on the crash, or rather, blamed the crash on him. So my
Oh.
question is, did your great-grandfather sink the Titanic?
Oh, geez, I hope not.
Oh,
Apparently, though, as well, though, I do know some of my ancestry, though. I know we came from Scotland. We're proud Scottish. We were
okay.
Scottish. You're over in Scotland.
Yeah, right. Because I looked into some other geographical stuff, and when people say that you,
And today, though, and since then, though, yeah, some of the Campbells have left Scotland and finally came across to live here in Canada. I've even heard them that I have relatives in the U.S., but I never ever saw any Campbells yet from the U.S.
right, and I looked up Milton, and Milton didn't exist at that time, so the tried and true Segacamp excuse of I was living in Milton wouldn't work for your grandfather because it didn't exist. So if he wasn't on the Titanic crashing it into that iceberg, then where the heck was he?
I don't know.
Don't know. Okay. Well, that's just one that's left for the history books, I guess.
But I hope he wasn't responsible for crashing the Titanic.
Yeah, well, some people are going to have to look into the history books to figure that one out, I guess. All right, next question. Last year, I'm from Canada too, actually, and I live in Alberta, and I don't remember exactly when, but you've heard of the Fort McMurray fires, right?
I've heard of that.
Yeah, so like the whole northern Alberta town of Fort McMurray was on fire, and it was like 1,000, more than 1,000 people even died.
That is
And it's
pretty
kind of
tragic.
yeah, it was
Tragic,
and
and I'm sorry for some of the people who died in the fire, because that year, though, was supposed to be the 10-year anniversary for me. I think that time when that fire happened, I might have been busy doing the Super Mario Overworld. I'm actually remaking the Sonic medley.
Okay, well that's cool.
I don't remember
So
filming the Pokemon medley until September.
yeah, so
Right, but
anyway,
that must have been like just a rebuilding state at that time.
right. Okay, well, I'm all the way in South Calgary, and the fire was so big that I could smell it, and it was like a million miles away. And yeah, just to give you an idea of how big that fire was. So it's interesting. Before these, said there's a ton of Campbells that you don't know, like even some that live in America, because I looked into that, and there was a guy, believe it or not, who worked at Fort McMurray whose name was Campbell. He was a Campbell, and he was one of the suspects, believe it or not.
Oh man.
So I guess my next question is, do you have a cousin or an uncle or something that started the Fort McMurray fire?
I don't think so.
Don't think so. Okay, because that is an ongoing
Actually,
investigation.
again, though, I'm not trying to condolences to all the people who died there, though. It's just that's pretty bad. I don't cause forest fires or anything like that.
No, I'm not.
Or
I'm not
anyone I
saying you
know,
did it.
or anyone that I'm not known of, anyway.
Right. Well, you said that you never met the Campbells that live in America and whatnot, so I thought maybe
Most
you
of
heard
the
of
Campbells
some.
we have today, they live in Guelph, though, so there's a little bit of history.
Where the heck is that?
Not too far away from Milton, that's for sure.
Oh, okay. But just a reminder: when the Titanic sank, Milton didn't exist, so there was no Campbells over there.
I'm well aware about that.
Okay.
100 years ago.
Did it happen 100 years ago?
More than now, though. 2012 was the 100th year that happened.
Right. So I guess you would know, since your great-grandfather was the navigator, and he probably did sink it. With an asterisk, because we're not totally sure, but...
Okay.
Right. Okay, so... next question. What was it? Oh yeah. Back in Boston a few years ago when the Boston bombing happened, it turns out that the head suspect he was from, what was that place called? Chechnya? And his last name was Kambul. So I was wondering if there's any relation.
Probably not. I did hear about the suspects finally giving themselves up, and no, none of them are any related to the Campbells.
Okay, you have to admit though, Campbell, it's pretty similar, right?
Campbell, yeah, that does sound very similar the way it rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, and the body parts, they were rolling around. Oh, and speaking of tongues, it turns out that the suspect's tongue was like cut out of his mouth, so he couldn't actually admit that he did it.
Oh my.
Yeah. Anyway, next question. So I've known about you for a really long time. Like, in fact, I was actually the first person to tell Tommy to get you onto Tommy Talks. Back when he was doing Skype calls, I used to call in and say, hey, get Segacamp on, and eventually he did. But there's a lot of gaps in my knowledge about you. Specifically, right now I'm interested in the interview you did with Di Quinton, because you did an interview with him, and everyone's saying, check out that interview, it's so cool, but it doesn't exist anymore. So I'm wondering why you deleted it. Like, what happened in that interview?
He trolled me.
At
the very end, I was getting ready to wrap it up, and then he finally left. I just figured he went off. I figured he just turned off his camera and walked away from his computer, and then he signed into like another account on another device, and he finally just came in that way. He was like, "Oh yeah, Segacamp, I'm here for my interview now." And and that's just when I finally turned it off and finally stopped the show. And I really did lose my shit after that. I was not happy at all.
Okay, so he made you think that you were interviewing someone else?
Yeah, like I wasn't interviewing him the whole time.
But it actually was him.
It was him.
Okay. Well, that's not so bad. I was expecting a lot worse. Right. Because speaking of Di Quinton, you permabanned him on Twitch recently. What the heck was that about? Apparently he went into a Google Hangout with you and Fears?
Yeah, because the thing is... Now, this is coming from Fears, and so this is not me. Fears says though that Fears told me though that Di Quinton was trying to be civil, but then every time when we always end up having like a fan hangout or something, Di Quinton somehow gets the link, comes into the hangout, and then finally starts saying random stuff that just upsets not only Fears but also me as well.
Like what?
I'm like thinking to myself, yeah, Di Quinton, this is being civil. This is not being civil.
Okay, but what exactly was he saying that wasn't civil? Because I didn't see it, and this is the kind of stuff I need to know to be your #1 fan.
I just know he says I know he's saying a lot of trolling stuff to piss us off. That's for sure.
Okay.
I can't really put it into words, but Fearsima would actually give out a better list than me. I'm sorry, I can't really go into details, but
okay, that's fair. That's fair. But speaking of Fears, you recently banned him from your Twitch channel for 24 hours. So is Fears really a reliable person to be talking to for this matter?
But yes.
Yes, but you banned him, so there's at least some unreliability with him.
Yeah, and I gave him his mod position back.
Hey, hold on a minute. What are you talking crap about me for, Segacamp? I didn't do nothing.
Sure you do. This is being civil, by the way. You see what I mean by civil? This guy just pops in my own show.
I don't know how he got the link. Sega did not give him that link.
Dragon
I
gave it.
know.
How
Yeah.
does Dragon have access to a link?
He's a hacker.
Sure you got the link
He's a
from
matrix.
Dragon, because I did not invite Dragon yet. So,
Yeah.
goodbye.
Well, hold on, Sega. If he knows the answers to some of these questions that you don't know, then maybe it's okay that he's here.
I don't want to be making him answer questions for this interview, I'm afraid.
Okay, that's cool. Next question. Let's see. What about? So everyone knows that, or a lot of people know that you work at the movie theater. So
Yes.
I was wondering if you know about how the movie theaters lately have been losing a lot of money, not from ticket sales. It's from snacks and stuff, because these women come into the movie theater hiding food in their purse and in their back pockets, like right next to their butt, and they put it in their shirt, and sometimes they even wear fake
We don't seem
tits.
to have that problem with my movie theater.
Oh, trust me, it's there. Like, your management might not have told you yet, but it is there. And anyway, getting back to what I was saying, sometimes they even wear these fake tits in their shirt. They have like balloons in there, and then after the movie starts, they take out the balloon and they pop it. So have you ever heard of balloon popping in the theater? It's one of these snack balloons. They're popping it to get the food out. So I was wondering, if your movie theater, and not even if, but when, because it's going to happen, when your movie theater changes their policy on searching people, are you going to be the one who searches these ladies who have big butts with like snacks in there and big tits with snacks in there? Because that would be a pretty good gig. You get to like touch their tits and their butt.
I have no idea if that would actually be a good idea or not. Just the line, the line does seem pretty blurry.
Yeah, but I get it. You don't want to just walk up to a lady and touch her butt and her tits unprovoked. But they're provoking the movie theater because they're taking money away from you by putting snacks in their butt. So someone's got to...
Is there a bird chirping in the background?
Yeah, I got a bird. So someone's got to get the snacks out of their butt, and it might as well be you, right?
I guess. Actually, you know what, though? Since I am starting to become a manager pretty soon, I actually had him this is one idea, though, and I doubt it would happen, though. I was actually about telling them one day, though, that instead that we should get, like, a little thing, you know how you, like, go to, like, a theme park or a resort, and there's this little gate that's supposed to be, like, a metal detector, basically?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just being metal, or things that being metal, it actually detects snacks.
Well, I'm not sure.
Like they have to, like, there's a little tray on the side that they can put their popcorn and the snacks that they buy at the theater, guys. It's only for your purchases at the movie theater. Then you have to walk through, and if it buzzes, you're hiding snacks in your pockets.
I'm not sure if that technology exists yet, Sega, so I think we're going to have to stick to the old-fashioned touching of the butts and the boobs first.
If they come in with a bag, we have to check them, that's for sure. Like a backpack.
Yeah, well, this is no different.
We have to check to make sure they're not bringing in, we have to check to make sure that they're not bringing in cans of soda or even food from outside.
Right. Well, this is no different.
Even the mall that the movie theater is at, it's in a mall, guys. That mall just does not accept outside food whatsoever.
Right.
Or at least so there's actually a sign saying, "Thank you for not bringing in your food from outside into the mall," or something like that. Something like that.
Okay. Well, until that technology to detect snack food is invented, we're gonna have to stick to the tried and true cavity search, really invasive cavity search to get right up in there, find the gummy bears and whatnot.
I am well aware about the cavity search.
Yeah. So when your boss brings that up, just raise your hand and say, "I'll do it." that'll actually work towards your promotion that you're gonna get, because your boss will see that initiative and he'll say, you know what, Segacamp, I can trust you to touch these ladies because you do a good job here. How about that?
That actually seems that just seems to work.
Uh-huh. Right. So speaking of that promotion, I actually want to ask you about that. What do you think your duties are going to be when you get promoted? Do you think they'll be the same, or will you be like sitting back in a chair with a big cigar in your mouth?
I don't know about the big cigar in the mouth, but I think I might be doing some of that a little bit here and there. I'm definitely, though, I do definitely have some ideas though, for when I become a manager, because even though the movie theater is great, there are still some things that kind of suck. I know some movie theaters have like a thing for like they give you in the back room, they'll give you like a minute warning for like how much long the movie is until the next movie gets out, or like a 5-minute warning basically.
Right. Or
Like 5
here's
minutes
another.
before the movie gets out, it starts chiming 5-minute warning, and we don't have that yet. I don't think we have that yet. I don't even know what that really is, but that'd be something I want to work to get.
Yeah, here's another $5 idea for you. When the lady comes in and she's got those big thighs, there might be a snack in there. So one uninvasive search is maybe get your face right up to her thighs and just sniff. See if it smells like potato chips or something. Pitch that idea to your boss.
Okay.
That would be a good one.
I don't think it will go far, but worth a try.
Okay. Fair enough.
Another thing, though, I do like to mention is, do you ever go to the movie theater and you see the posters for the Disney nature movies?
Yeah, sure.
We never seem to get one. Out of the 8 years working at that movie theater, guys, 8 years, guys, we never actually had a Disney nature movie, at least once. So I was at least thinking, though, if it was possible to at least just get one, and just one though for the time being, guys, that'd be great.
At least one, right? At least one.
Yes.
Okay. So next question. I've been watching you on Twitch for a while, not that long in the grand scheme of things. You've been on Twitch for a few years. So there's a whole bunch of clips on your Twitch channel. And by the way, clips are great. They save things for posterity. Like the archive for your stream isn't really that long, because after like a year it deletes your videos, but the clips seem to stay there forever. So that's great.
That's why I also do highlights as well, though. Although, like I said, after they only stay there for about 2 weeks, and then they're gone.
Is it only 2 weeks? I thought it was a few months.
Oh no! You got like the next 14 days to make highlights to whatever stuff you could find in your broadcast. I try my best to like keep it up here in memory though for when I'm like busy doing these highlights. I remember one year playing Castlevania Bloodlines, and there's this hilarious glitch that happened. Okay, so get this. I'm fighting this boss in level 2, and it's supposed to be like this Atlantis underwater level kind of thing. There's this part though right after I get past where I have to fight these 2 bosses in a row, and I die about defeating the second one, and just when I die and I respawn again, my sprite is on the stairs, and he falls through the stairs and he dies. And then I'm just like, just a reaction on my face is just enough. I'm like, what just happened? To the game over screen, I'm like, what did I die of?
Oh.
Apparently, that was people seem to find that one pretty funny, so I made sure to make that as a highlight just for the fans. But I've always but the weirdest thing is, I guess that one time though I pulled off a Sunrose. So my friend Sunrose would have all these crazy glitches happen in the game, and it said it, and it just and every time when a glitch happened for Sunrose, she would always be about crack, and I'm just laughing at how bad of the glitch is.
Yeah,
she always had a good sense of humor.
Yeah, so back to those clips. There's a whole bunch of them that I didn't get to see live, which is a real shame. So I have some questions about a few of the clips. So for example, there's one that's pretty recent. I don't know who clipped any of these, by the way. I just watched them. So you're sitting there, it's late at night, and then suddenly you put your finger up your nose, and then you move off camera for a bit. So, and then people were saying that you were picking your nose off camera, like it was like a tactical nose pick. I'm just wondering if that's what you were actually doing.
I guess, to be honest, yes.
Okay, well, honesty is the best
Ew,
policy.
yeah, I know everybody. Ew, Segacamp, gross.
Well, they have to put themselves in your shoe. Maybe there was a big booger in your nose and you just need to get rid of it. And you don't have the time to get up and get a Kleenex because you've got tens of people to entertain. Okay, next question. So, in a few of these clips, people are like other people that aren't watching are mentioned, and some of their names I don't recognize. For example, Nick Gers. Who exactly is Nick Gers?
I have no idea. Like, they just keep saying this random stuff. And you know what? I was actually just thinking instead, oh, maybe... never mind, actually. Better not bother.
No, hold on. We got to get to the truth here. So,
wet, guys.
Sorry?
Don't get your knickers wet.
Oh, I see. So am I pronouncing that right?
Underwear.
Yeah, I got it. It was like a little pun. Am I pronouncing his name right though? Nick Gers?
Yes.
Okay.
I know though it's supposed to be. I know it's supposed to mean something else, and I just don't want to go there. I'm sorry.
So is it not a real person? I thought it was a real person.
It might be a real person, but for the time being, I'm just gonna have to say, I don't know.
Okay, that's fair enough. So there's another clip. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt here, because in this clip, you may have been drunk. So you're talking to Joey with the numbers. He's a regular. Everybody knows him. He's a great guy. You say, "Hey Joey, look at this," and you start stroking a beer bottle, and you said, "Hey Joey, this is your dick." So I was just curious what your train of thought was in that moment.
I was drunk, okay? I just did not feel like I don't know what I was doing.
So, if Joey was there in that moment, would you have pulled his pants down and done it to his actual dick, or what?
Not really.
Not really. Okay.
I'm not that kind of person, guys.
What do you mean? What kind of person would do that? You mean gay?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Maybe Joey would like it. I don't know. I don't know if he's gay. I'm colorblind, so I'm not prejudiced against gays. So if you had said that you were gay, it's not like I would have stormed off or anything. All right. Next clip. Let's see. Okay, here's a good one. So you've got quite a few followers on Twitch, and whenever they follow you, their name pops up. And you're like, "Hey, so-and-so, thanks for following."
Much appreciated now.
Yeah, that's what you say. Yeah. So some of these
it's finally becoming a thing now. I just say thank you for the follow, and then I end it off with much appreciated.
You know what? You should actually come up with like a club name. Like every time someone follows, you say, "Hey, welcome to the Segacamp," or something like that. How about that?
Yeah, maybe I should.
Just a little thing to toss around in your noggin. Anyway, so the names pop up, and some of the names are normal, but some of them are weird, like I Swallow Cum and I Cost 911. And I was wondering if these are jokes or if these are actual names. Like, are these regulars in your Twitch chat or what?
I'm pretty sure they're jokes.
They're jokes.
They're just trying to get me irate.
I don't understand the joke of I Swallow Cum. It's not even a real word.
Nasty. It's nasty. Say it out loud to yourself.
I just did. It's ice, and then the word wallow, which is like you wallow in filth, and then come, like come here.
Swallow cum.
Well, those are different words, though. You said I, not ice. Is that
Yes.
maybe I just don't get it. Okay, I guess I just don't get it. All right, next question. So one of the actually, I think it was the most popular clip. No, wait. Well, I don't know which one is the most popular clip. Actually, no, it's definitely not. But one of the most popular clips has a girl in it, and I looked in the archive to see the full video, but it was gone. Like I'm guessing the video was a few years old. Who exactly was that girl?
Wait, what girl?
You were streaming Mario Party, and there was a girl there.
That was my sister. I was wrapping up. I was finishing Mario Party 3 one week, and my sister came over, but I had to keep the stream going, and I was trying to like wrap up Mario Party 3. 50 turns, expert computer players, and it was insane.
You probably lost, I'm gonna guess.
Not really, but there was one moment where I did reset the game. Princess Peach was playing this game guy Lucky 7, and this is already a highlight, guys. Princess Peach beats the game guy Lucky 7, gets the tenfold coins, and then her coins count go like right over 999. And I'm like thinking, and I'm just about right here with my jaw dropped like.
Dang. It's a shame I didn't get to see that.
I'm about to bang my mic just to keep the camera on me. You know what? Actually, no, I'll just do this instead. So she finally gets some of the 999 coins, and I'm like, how is that possible? Never saw that happen ever a day in my life. And I'm like just thinking, why?
Well, that's Mario Party. Anyway, some people call it Mario Retardy.
Well, I'm done playing the trilogy. I was only playing the first 3 games on the N64.
It's not a trilogy.
Because I'm gonna get this out here now, Number1TommyFan. The only ones that were gems for the series were the first 3 on the N64. GameCube ones were okay, but it seemed to be right after the N64 runs came out, the series was like right up here, and it just went.
Okay, well, getting back to the clip.
I just can't believe that years later Nintendo decided to do another one for the Wii called Wii Party. And you're using Mii's. And it still plays the same like Mario Party. It's still like the same concept as Mario Party.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so in the clip with your sister, she's reading the chat and she mentions a video that I've never seen before. So I was interested in that video. She says that you were wearing a bra in the video.
Huh.
Do you have any recollection of that? Because, like I said, I've never seen it.
Well, I'm gonna get this out here now. I'm not happy for some things I have accomplished, but it is true.
But you did accomplish that.
I did accomplish that, but it's just something you're never ever gonna see me do ever again.
All right. Well, I just needed to know for my archive.
Okay.
Anyway. So let's see. Okay, there was another. Actually, maybe I shouldn't ask about this one just yet. Okay, so there's a clip where some people are claiming that you had a Pornhub account, and they linked you to it, and you went to it.
That was just another ridiculous thing I've heard as well. Like,
right.
They're all saying, yeah, I have a big Pornhub account. You know what, though? Here's the thing. I go on Pornhub, but I don't have an account, guys. No, I do not own an account, guys. I'm just on there watching. Yeah, I'm on there watching porn videos, but I don't really have an account.
Right, because you don't need an account to watch them.
Well, yeah, but technically, no, you don't need an account though. The premium stuff about some of the premium, there are some premium videos though where you may have to make an account though and become a Pornhub Premium or whatever. But that's just like but I know right by then they're going to be asking for money out of my pocket, and I just don't need to be doing that.
Right, because then it shows up on your.
Especially now that I'm here living on my own.
Right. So if you pay for that stuff, it's gonna show up on your credit card, and everyone's gonna know about it.
Added thing though, Sega, my house is saying what's my favorite kind of porn to watch for Sega, my house. Go look up the panty stuffing videos on there.
That reminds me of the women that stuff the treats down their panties. So you need to search them. So anyway, back to the clip. You actually went to Pornhub live on stream, and I was wondering, like, don't worry, because I haven't told anyone, and I don't think anyone will.
I did not really screen capture the stuff I was watching, though.
You did, actually, because I've seen the clip. You can see it in the clip. Yeah. So.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, so don't worry. I haven't told anyone at Twitch. I don't think anyone will. But if they see it, you might...
Never, ever doing that again, either.
Right, that's just one more thing to add.
I gotta remain professional. I'm trying to, play games on Twitch. That's all I'm trying to do for you guys. Everybody who watches me on Twitch, I'm just there to play games.
Okay, but if the Twitch staff sees it, you might get banned. So where would you stream if that happens?
Well, I would not be happy to where I would go next, but... I would definitely go to their competition, Hitbox, if that happened next. I remember I remember there was a new update that happened 1 year on Twitch, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people got pissed and went over to Hitbox because of that. My friend Sunrose, thankfully did not move over to Hitbox, though, but she's... thankfully, still kept her Twitch account, but she didn't make an account on Hitbox. That's what I meant to say. She did have both branches open.
Right. That was actually the year where they made it illegal to stream Pornhub, believe it or not.
Ouch.
So speaking of that Pornhub account, you have to admit that it's a little suspicious since all the info written in there was accurate. Like it says your name, it says that you're a YouTube acapellanist, it says you live in Milton even, which we know is true.
Now here's another question I could throw back to you. Did that account get shut down yet? I've been hearing things about it being shut down.
I've never been to there. I've never been to that account or that website even. So the info written there is accurate though, right? It says Segacamp and Werecamp. It has your picture. It says you're a YouTube acapellanist. And it says you even live in Milton, which we know all that stuff is true.
Well, Milton was my hometown that I grew up in as a kid. I don't live there anymore. I've left since 2001.
Right. Sorry. I forgot. No one actually lives in Milton ever since the Milton mudslide. Forgot. Sorry.
No, it's actually a much bigger town now than it is now, because I remember going back a few times to go visit an old friend still. An old friend back in Milton. There's a video from years ago where I had a new kind of haircut, and we actually posted it on my friend's channel.
Right. You went to his house to help him clean the mud off after the mudslide?
No. I just got a new hairdo at the time.
Oh, so you just went to show him the hairdo?
Yeah.
Okay. So, next question.
And then I came back and then I washed it all out, and I'm about to make my normal so-called videos I was doing at the time.
Yeah, you had to wash it because there was probably a lot of mud in there. Anyway, next question.
No, there was no mud.
Oh, okay. I'll just write that down. Hold on. Okay, next question. So someone once asked you in a Twitch stream that's been clipped. Someone asked you about your sister, and you gave them a weird response about her feet. I was wondering if you know about this
I
clip.
can't remember. I cannot believe I've actually said that. I can't remember that one, I'm afraid.
You can't remember what your mindset was or what you said?
My mindset, I guess.
Okay, because it is a weird thing to say about your own sister.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, it's just one more thing to put there in the list of, what did you say? Accomplishments that are shameful?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so next question. I want to talk about your co-star, and you might not know which co-star I'm talking about. So let me elaborate. He's your number one co-star, whether you know it or not. He's in all your video. Well, maybe not all of them. Most of them. He's in all your streams. He's always there. He's always watching. He's right behind you right now. He's the pillar. So I was wondering what the story behind the pillar is.
This thing?
Yeah, the pillar. Or the pipe, whatever it is.
I don't know. It's always there.
It's always there watching. It's like your guardian angel in a way, right? Yeah, lean on it. Swagger.
Yeah. Ladies, this is what you came for, right?
Smile at the camera and zoom.
This is what you came for, right?
Okay, now
Strikes, but I'm always looking at you.
now spin around the pole. Is there enough room for you to spin around it?
Probably not, just around the back, because this counter is pretty close to it.
Well, you could squeeze through. You're a pretty thin guy.
I'm not doing that again.
Alright. Well, we got it on camera for everyone to see. So what exactly is the purpose of the pillar? Architecturally.
I have no idea.
Huh.
No idea what the pillar is for. It's been like that since I first moved in here back in September of 2016. It's been there ever since.
You didn't ask the realtor what the purpose was?
I did not use a realtor.
Oh.
I know, right? Ooh, awkward.
So who showed you the place? Was it the superintendent?
Like next thing is this turns into a realtor advertisement, and you people and everyone is just like, oh.
Yeah, I've seen those commercials. So who showed you the place though? Was it the superintendent?
Or I guess someone who was like very close to being connected to the landlord.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't actually the superintendent.
But yeah, though it was people were moving out here at that time though, and then we went to go visit him, not the landlord, but someone who was close to the landlord. And then right afterwards, we finally almost signed the papers, so I got to finally move into this apartment. And then right afterwards, the rest is history. This was all back in August of 2016, and at the time, I was finishing a Street Fighter medley at the time.
Oh, you mean Fighting Streets?
Oh yes, Fighting Street.
Right. There's a pretty big difference. Like 2 letters. Anyway. So over the years, you've been affiliated with a few female YouTubers. Everyone knows that you're pretty popular with them. So I'm interested in your relationship with Virtual Valerie, because I've seen some streams where people say things like, "Hey Sega, would you tongue Virtual Valerie's anus?" And I gotta be honest with you, I'm a straight man, and I would totally do that. So I was surprised when you said that you wouldn't. So why exactly would you not tongue her anus? I mean, she's got a big butt. She's got big tits. She's good looking. No comment?
I probably, you know what though, to go rephrase that answer, if I could, I probably would now.
Probably would. All right. Because that's what most guys would do.
I guess
know
some
Darth
guys
is
would,
really picky,
I guess
so
some
maybe
guys
he
would
wouldn't.
really be. I'm sure if I did though on camera, everybody would just feel turned on.
Well, I know I would, but you know, that's a whole nother element. Doing it on camera, I would probably have performance anxiety. You wouldn't?
I probably wouldn't.
Dang. Okay, well now I gotta get in contact with her and hook that scenario up.
Okay, although I'm not really, I'm busy now. I'm in a relationship with her anymore.
Well, you know, it's just for money, basically. You know, like the people you watch on Pornhub, they're not in a relationship. They just do it for money.
Damn. I would have never known.
Right. I think you already knew
Whoa,
that, dude.
do it on camera. Yes, Ferret, I would.
Right. So this is actually a good segue into the next question. So a while ago on stream, someone introduced you to Bailey J, and you were like amazed with her attractiveness right up until the moment when you saw that she had a man's dick. And I was wondering if you know about trans rights, because Bailey J is trans, and so it's not actually a man's dick, it's actually a woman's dick. So I was wondering if that makes a difference for you.
Probably, but
So you're okay with a woman's dick?
I'm still a little questioned, just like, how is that possible?
Right. Well, you know, modern science is an amazing thing. We haven't yet gotten the machine that detects snacks, but we do have the woman's dick technology nailed down. So if you ever meet her in person, just say, hey, you know, just say you're down for it. And maybe do that on camera too.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well,
who knows? Maybe we may have who knows, guys? Maybe eventually there might be a Segacamp sex tape happen.
well, I'll be looking forward to that. Okay. Next question. On a stream recently, you announced that you were, in fact, engaged to Goofy, aka Electric Eevee, aka what's her other name? Endymion Fan Club?
Andy Retro.
Oh right, Andy Retro. So, you haven't given us all that much info on this matter.
That was a bit of a joke, but I am trying to like start a relationship with her though.
Okay. So there's no ring.
Andy Retro, if you're watching, yes. How could you, Andy Retro? How could you just reject how can you just turn out to a good-looking guy like me? Come on, look at this. This is a fine-looking gentleman right here.
And you're gonna get promoted soon at the movie theater, so it's win-win.
Yes.
So you know what you should do is actually invite her to the cabin and just tell all those other guys to not go to the cabin, because you are going to that cabin soon, right?
Or just tell them to like go. I'm go into town for like a few hours and just leave us alone.
Yeah, exactly. And do that on film. Or at least vlog it. You have to vlog it. Are you going to vlog when you go to the cabin?
I probably won't, because I'm not gonna be taking my laptop. I'm leaving that here. I wanted to get into vlogging. I really did. Tommy was like trying to convince me to get into vlogging, and I thought I would the moment I moved into town. But I can't really just find something to vlog.
Well, that's understandable. All right, next
And I
question.
understand my friend, and I understand my good friend Fears is already doing this for both Fears Man 26 and Fears vlogs.
Right. Well, you could film it on your 3DS, can't you? And then get that onto your PC some way?
The only problem is, so the 3DS though, it's once you're watching it on YouTube though, the top and bottom are scrunched in.
Well, it's better than nothing.
That's also another reason why I don't really stream. Well, I don't really record videos on my 3DS anymore because of the video box's quality.
Hey, how come you don't get a smartphone? If you get a smartphone, you could stream from the cabin even, probably.
There's no internet up there.
No? Shoot.
No. So this is why as well, though, well, I'm not going to be Twitch streaming there, guys.
Darn it. Okay. Next question. Speaking of doing things on camera, is there any... And don't feel weird about this question, because I asked this to Tommy as well, and he was totally down to answer it. Just, even ask him. He'll say, yeah, I answered that question, no problem. Is there any situation that you can think of where you would whip it out on camera? Like someone says, hey, Segacamp, I'll give you money right now. Bitcoin even. Bitcoin's really big.
Bitcoin is pretty big.
To whip it out, I will give you 1 Bitcoin. That's like 15,000 US. It's a lot of money.
Would you do it? Of money. Would I do it?
Yeah, would you do it? Can you hear me?
I hear ya.
You're just thinking about it?
I just need a minute there to answer that.
It is a life-changing amount of money. Hello?
I probably would.
Probably would.
But I don't think I would ever do it.
You would, but you don't think you would. Okay. So I just want to let you know that if the situation ever arises...
Bitcoin is a lot of money, and I will say that. But I'm on disability pension, guys. Let's get one thing straight. I'm on disability pension, guys. And I also have my own work pay at the movie theater. And I need that disability money like every month. I just can't see my life without it.
Right. Well, I'd probably do it.
You will lose your disability pension. That's exactly as well, Number 1 Tommy fan. My friend Joey said, don't do it, you will lose your disability pension. You know what, though, Number 1 Tommy fan? I gotta be honest, my disability pension is much more important than having, like, a Bitcoin.
Well, Sega, it's a Bitcoin.
It would be cool someday to see what Bitcoin looks like, though, but would I ever buy one and actually, like, keep it in my apartment? Not
It's not a physical coin, Sega. It's in your computer.
Okay, but still.
It's basically 15,000 cash. You can spend it on anything you want. And if there was a video on Pornhub that was behind the paywall, you could see it like that. Like, I'm going to snap my fingers. That easily you could see it with a Bitcoin.
Okay.
So, and I'm not ashamed to say that I would too. I would do it. If someone wanted to give me a Bitcoin to do it, I would do it.
Okay. If you were gonna... Okay. Understandable, you and Tommy are both the same way. I'm a bit of a different person myself.
Whoa. That's going a little far, saying that me and Tommy are the same. Anyway.
So, okay. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm not trying to upset my interviewer.
No, you didn't. It's all good. So, next question. See, I got a load of them. So, the superintendent, has he ever made an appearance on stream, or is he only mentioned in name?
Sadly, Emma, no, he's never been on video yet.
Does he want to?
Probably not.
Then why is it sadly?
Then why is it sadly? Just because. Okay, right. Maybe it's not sadly though, but it's just another term that I mean by saying no.
Okay. So, speaking of saying sadly but no, I've noticed you say that all the time. Do you ever say gladly yes or gladly but no? Because, you gotta branch out.
Well, sadly, but no.
Dang, shot down. So what about your other catchphrases?
Maybe someday I may change to gladly. Maybe someday it may become gladly, but yes. Who knows?
Here's an example. You're streaming and then someone says, "Hey Segacamp, I heard you caused 9/11," and you look right in the camera and you say, "Gladly no." Because if you said sadly no, then it would make it sound like you wanted to cause 9/11, and everyone knows you don't want to cause 9/11.
Yeah, of course.
Right, so in that situation, you would have to say gladly but no.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there. So what about your other catchphrase? Whenever you start cheating in a game, or when you use the warp whistle or something, you always say, "Leave me alone, guys." I'm wondering where that came from. Yeah, I'm wondering where that came from.
I don't know. I guess it used to be something I used to say as a kid all the time. Since I used to be bullied a lot as a kid. Let's just say, guys, I'm going to share with you a little bit of my very dark and depressing childhood, guys. I've always been bullied and been picked on and made fun of all the time as a kid. This was kind of why we had to leave Milton back in 2001. It was never a good town for me to be growing up in.
Well, because of the mudslide, right?
Not because of the mudslide as well. It was the town by 2001. Milton was starting to expand into becoming a bigger town. It's a way bigger town today than it was back in 2001 when we left. It has changed.
Right. Darn. Darn it.
It's not the same town that I grew up in anymore. I go look at the town. I remember a few weeks ago looking up some of the locations on Google Maps in Milton. Some of the places are just not the same anymore.
Yeah, the porno store is gone.
I remember living on Bronte Street and then going down and then walking down to Laurier Avenue. There used to be a stop sign there. Guess what happened to that today?
Now it's a go sign.
A go sign?
Yeah, instead of saying stop, it says go.
It's a traffic light now.
Goodness.
They got rid of they demolished up the stop sign and just put in a great big ginormous traffic light. Great job, boys. Great job.
Well, that's progress for you, right, Sega? What the heck was I talking about anyway? All right, leave me alone. So people would bully you just because you cheat at games and use the warp whistle? That's not a good reason to bully someone.
Yeah, I know. I don't try and do that stuff anymore, though. I was able to make my way to World 8 in Super Mario Bros. 3 without the warp whistle. Somehow, though, I did snag in, grabbed one, though, but by the time when I used it, I have already unlocked it World 8, so no harm, no foul, right?
Right. I actually read an interview where Shigeru Miyamoto said that he regrets putting the warp whistle in there because if you use it, you're not a real gamer, but there was no way to get rid of it. you know, because the game is already out.
And and don't you just think it's also a little silly that they just used it like the same chime from The Legend of Zelda? Zelda 1, when you use the warp whistle, you hear this wah, 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 wah. Then you see the tornado come in. Link goes into the tornado, and then he warps to like the next map. In Mario 3, it's kind of like that. You use the warp whistle, you'll see the tornado come in. It takes Mario, and then it warps him right to the warp zone where he can pick the next world to go to.
Oh, you're talking about A Link to the Past?
Oh no, I'm talking about Super Mario Brothers 3.
You mentioned Zelda.
Well, now sort of though they did kind of bring it back for A Link to the Past. Although probably one of my very favorite moments though for the flute though in A Link to the Past, and this is not even this is actually how you open up to use it as a warp to open it up so it becomes a warp item. You go to Kakariko Village. You stand in front of the statue, you play the flute, and then there's this and I actually had this at the very end back when I did my Super 3 medley a long time ago. You get this beautiful chime go like
Yeah, I love that one.
In fact, when I did that in the medley, after I'd done that chime, I just pretended like Link just used the warp whistle, and I would just pretend like I'd see the bird coming right by, and then I would just grab the bird and jump off camera.
Yeah.
Pretend it's there, and then I just jumped off camera.
Yeah, I remember that one. So you're on like your fourth, maybe your fifth YouTube channel, and so I was curious how you feel about your first YouTube channel. I went there earlier today, and it has like 550 subs, and your current channel only has 226. I was wondering how you feel about that.
That's really weird that my first channel has over 500 subs now. I remember back when that thing got hacked back in like 2009, and it just broke my 850 subs at the time.
So do you think those are people that are hoping that you return? You should make a comment on the video on the channel and say, guys, this channel is compromised. Come over to this one.
I would do the same with all my other channels as well. Just leave a comment on the videos if they were there. Said, guys, the channel's been compromised. This is my channel now. Come here if you want to sub.
Just say, guys, my phone number, my email address, my home address, it's all been let out somehow. And I lost my account. Come over here now. Give them your info, like say, I don't live in Milton anymore, I live here. This is my new channel. Speaking of where you live, tell us about the black mold, because that whole saga began during a time when I wasn't watching, so I don't know where it came from.
There was some black mold in this apartment. And it was around the time I was busy just editing the Pokemon medley. I think I got it already filmed at this point though when I just discovered this. Apparently there was some black mold in the apartment, and I remember it was actually my bed sheets. It was my winter bed sheets. They ended up all covered in black mold, and in the end I had to like finally throw the winter bed sheets out, and I got myself some new ones just this Christmas actually.
So what was in the bed sheets? What was on the bed sheets that made the mold grow?
There was some black mold. It was actually just in the closet, actually. It was just the closet where it was all covered with black mold.
Right, but something has to be there for the mold to grow. It doesn't come out of thin air. What was on the bed sheet that made the mold grow?
That I don't know, because the bed sheets were on the ground, and it was just right above a spot where there was black mold on the wall.
See, Sega, that was a good opportunity for you to say gladly, but no, because like gladly, you don't know what made the mold.
Okay, gladly, but no.
There you go. Okay, so what kind of mold was it? Was it spores? Because a spore can actually like go into your brain and affect you.
I don't know.
Don't know. Okay. All right, I'm writing that down.
And then recently, I just discovered there was some just not too far away from my bed. It was just actually inside the wall, right near where my bed is. Because over here, I don't know if I can show this on camera. There's a door over there, right? You see the door, right?
Yeah.
Well, behind the door, and just as you go into the room, though, there's like this wall right here where the door would go, right? Because when the door opens, it hits the wall, and then it would just stay right there. Behind that wall, there was black mold behind that.
Shoot.
That was like the last thing that they and they just thought at this point they have already like taken out all the black mold out of the room, and finally got rid of it. And then I just find out right where my Guy Gear poster was in my room, there was more mold behind that wall.
So you know what you should do? You should ask your superintendent who lived there previously, because maybe they were some kind of weirdo that was like...
Oh, I'm just kind of glad that we got some new landlords, because back when we had back before the old because ever since 2016, since I moved here, though, it's finally been taken by some new landlords, and the old landlord did not feel like doing any renovations to this apartment whatsoever. This was from my superintendent. They never did bother doing changes to this place, and trust me, this place is old. It's like ancient, maybe. Like 1970s. Ancient.
Wow, so it could be that that mold is an endangered species then, if it's that old. So someone might actually kick you out of your house to preserve the mold. So you probably don't want to tell anyone about that mold then, because you might get kicked out.
They took it out. It's all gone.
You just said there's some more.
Yeah, but that was like the last. That was like the last spot where they discovered it. They finally got rid of it all now. It's finally gone. I can finally breathe easy in my own room. But thank God that mold did not move anywhere closer to my bed. If it got somewhere, if it started moving right behind the wall, right where my bed is, I just know someday I would just not wake up in the morning, guys. I would just, you guys would just be wondering what happened to Segacamp. Where's the videos? I would just fall asleep. I would go to bed one night, guys, but I would not wake up the next morning.
Well, you probably would wake up, but the spores would be in your brain, so they would be controlling you at that point, so you'd basically be a zombie. And the spores would make you walk outside, so then the spores could go in the environment and spread to other houses. Anyway, so I've asked... I think
black mold stuff would just kill you. That stuff, black mold, can just kill you. Breathing it.
Well, it will kill you after it accomplishes its main goal, which is making you a zombie. Anyway, so I've asked a whole bunch of questions and I got some great answers, but now I think we should invite Quinton and Joey and like Darth and all the other regulars in here, because they might have other questions that I haven't thought of. So getting them in here to ask some questions would be good too.
Oh God. I can invite Darth since he's a regular, but who else did you say?
I said Joey and Quinton, but you know, whomever you're familiar or okay with being in here.
I kind of started putting Joey on the fence, and Quinton now just finally became a no-no.
Well, what did Joey do? He just has a Spider-Man mask.
Okay, but I still have a grudge of him in the past, though, where I used to invite him in here, and then he would just link the link in the Hangout just before ending the show when I was just getting ready to.
Okay, well then just invite whomever you want.
So Darth, right now, check your Twitter, man.
We'll get some questions going. Questions that I haven't already asked.
Maybe I'll invite Fears and Matman. Those are some good enough.
Well, I don't know. Honestly, I'm on the fence about Fierce because if he's bannable, then maybe he's not going to give accurate answers. Or rather, ask good questions.
Trust me, he will give me some good answers. Fears, I hope you're watching, man. And Matt, I hope you're here as well. And who the heck are you?
Well, it's Danny.
Hey, what's going on?
Got any questions for Segacamp?
Trying to think of one that wouldn't be trollish.
Well, no troll questions. I haven't asked a single troll question tonight.
Yeah, no, I know that's been like, there's been no trolley questions, so I don't want to come.
How about this? One question, one impression.
Oh, that's a good one.
Tommy style.
Can you do an
Nancy
impression?
Twington was still classy. If it wasn't for Tommy Talks, I would not have Segatalks today.
Sega, can you do an impression of the Elmo the Joker?
What?
Can you do an impression of Elmo the Joker?
Elmo the Joker, like Elmo being like the Joker.
Yeah, from Batman.
That's a good one.
Okay, well, I do have like a little bit of what Elmo would say though. Why so serious? I can't do the Elmo laugh for some reason.
That was really good.
That sounds a bit more like Femme Joker to me, but whatever. Alright, one question. It can be about anything. The Milton mudslide, the St. Thomas tornado, anything.
What is the Milton mudslide? This is the first time I've heard it tonight.
I have no idea what that is.
It seems like something very traumatic.
It finally started becoming a meme of its own, and I don't know how that happened.
Well, was there a mudslide that might ruin your life or something, Segacamp? Or?
No, there wasn't any mudslide whatsoever.
What's the Milton mudslide?
Well,
it just came from nothing.
Although then again, though, if you guys want to start talking about a ridiculous mudslide, I may actually have a solution to that. I did see, since I'm starting to get into train videos now, though, I have seen a train. I have at least seen a train mudslide happen.
A train mudslide.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
What is that?
A mudslide in which a train has been caught.
Yeah, here we go.
I
just found it on the second monitor. So, yeah, there's like this really crazy, and don't worry,
Whoa, what are those tabs? What are those tabs? ISIS recruitment? What?
Just watch. Watch this mudslide happen. So here's this. So you see like this great big mud wall right up against the top, right? Well, watch what happens. Eventually, it collapses, and then.
Oh, I've seen this. This is actually controlled demolition. Sega, how do you know about this? Sega, someone actually put a bomb.
That does not look controlled at all. That actually looks looks real as it could be.
Did you do this?
Oh yeah. Watch it. Watch this. Look at this, guys. Watch this.
You did do this?
I've actually done research into this train company, and the conductor of the train is also a Campbell. Sega, did your uncle crash this train?
Hey, they even said this is the original video of how it happened. Oh yeah, here we go. Watch it happen. Watch it go. Totally derails the train.
Whoa!
Bam!
I saw the explosion.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Wait, there was an explosion?
It's like I find it strange that you're entertained by this. It's a little suspicious.
I have a degree in psychology, and
I don't see any smoke or a big boom explosion happen at the top. Nothing.
Your eye isn't trained enough. Only someone with a severe personality disorder would be entertained by this, Sega. You know how many people were hurt in that train?
To be fair, though, yeah, it is terrible, but this did happen.
Yeah, it did.
I do feel bad for the person though, because they held that big mudslide just held up the train for hours, and apparently I'm pretty sure some of the cars on that train got ended up getting dragged off the track because of that. Here's
all right.
And Matt, man, I sent you the link on Facebook. Check your Facebooks.
So now,
Twitter. I sent you the link on Twitter, man.
Yours can't come in here.
All right, Sega. So now, just to clear everything up, do a search for that Pornhub account, and we'll see if it's been banned. And put it on stream just so we all have proof.
Okay.
It was Segacamp and Werecamp at Pornhub, or just search something like that, and you'll find it.
Oh shit! I just said Segacamp and Pornhub. Oh my god!
And just log into the account. Check to see if all the info is true.
It might have got taken down. This is actually what comes up right now when I search this on Google's search engine. Very naughty local girls. Take a look. It's 100% free.
Well, click on that one, because that might be it.
Probably is.
It's an ad. It's an ad.
Well, it might be it. No, I don't think that's it.
No. I'm stopping this now before this gets weird.
Maybe Anna Harper's on that site. Go back to it and search for Anna Harper.
No.
Some pics of her from before she got her skin peeled off.
I do feel sorry for Anna Harper. If she really did lose her skin and finally died.
Yeah, there was a Facebook memorial and everything. She's dead.
No more panty stuff.
That's kind of weird though, because as well though, I think the day she died, is when also they shut down her Pornhub account. Well,
yeah, they did it out of respect. So it seems like Matt and Dearth aren't showing up, so maybe extend the invitation to some other people.
I cannot believe they would do that. You know, Angry Grandpa passed away last year, and they still are keeping. And I haven't seen anything about his YouTube channel being shut down yet. There were a lot of funny videos on that channel. There was actually there was one where, and it might have been on a Kid Behind a Camera though. The voice activated TV prank.
Right. You know what's funny about old Grandpa or whatever his name is? He actually died. Grandpa. Yeah, he actually died via skin peeling too. When you get old, your skin just falls right off.
Then you die.
Well, yeah. Can't fight off all those infections without your skin.
Yeah. What happened to you on this Segacamp? Why your skin will fall off?
In fact, it's probably going to happen a lot sooner to Sega because he was exposed to that mold.
Oh yeah, that's true.
No, I wasn't.
Maybe in your 50s.
Yeah, so
we'll see what I look like about 20 years from now when I'm in my 50s. I'm gonna be 30 at the end of the year, guys.
Oh my god.
You have to do. All right, you're gonna need to do a really big stream for your birthday. I'm gonna propose this: a 30-hour stream for your 30th birthday.
Oh my god, are you trying to kill me?
You will die.
Well, no, we've already.
That will kill me. Streaming for 30 hours straight. You know, Sega. I've seen streamers die who've been streaming games for hours as well. I've finally heard things on YouTube or on the internet. There are some streamers that actually die while playing a game.
Well,
the stuff
Sega,
they do, the stuff they drink, the stuff they eat, or even as well just staying in front of the camera for hours, not having food to a consent. That can happen.
you outlived the mold. You'll outlive 30 hours of streaming. Come on. You made that mold your bitch. You're in good shape.
Fears, are you coming? Fears, are you coming?
Fears can't come in, I don't think, because I'm in here.
Well,
Oh, because you're in here?
Yeah, because he blocked me.
oh shit.
Feel free to
I
come
think-
in, Fears.
I think he just got murdered. Did you hear those gunshots?
I'm sure it was nothing.
He got murdered and then he got kicked out.
Check your Facebook, Sega. What? What's going on, Fears? Don't tell me you're gonna say no. Okay, all right. If it was with gunshots, yeah, that would be pretty bad. But you know what, though? Yeah, I hate the guy, but I don't hate him that much to get him to be shot at.
You hate Danny? Why do you hate him?
Because Vinyl Joe Cinema. I found out just yesterday, though, that Vinyl Joe has actually been saying some really rude stuff about me. I did not know, though, but Fears did
What are you
spot.
talking about? Is Fears telling you lies again? I didn't say shit. about you,
Just
so you
defend this all you want. I'm a Vinyl Joe.
can't.
You're
Okay, so you're
just
telling me Fears is
you're
lying to you
covering
again.
up bullshit.
What did I
right
say?
now.
Tell me what I said. Tell me what I said. Tell me what I said.
You were saying mean stuff to Fears' family,
Okay, yeah.
and you said mean stuff to my family.
I didn't
and this
say
is
anything.
actually what Fears said.
I don't know
You were
anything
saying
about your family.
really mean stuff about my mother, and you know what? I don't like that.
That's an
If
actual
you
lie.
start disrespecting people and their mothers, then
Segacamp,
you,
that's an
my
actual
friend,
lie.
are a very disrespectful person.
That's an actual lie. I'm not even kidding. That's a lie. I never said.
Well, Sega, he can't defend himself if you kick him out. All right.
Segacamp, why are you listening to Fears' lies? Vinyl Joe didn't do nothing.
Final Joe is one of your longtime fans.
Yeah. And I know Fears said the same thing to you about me, that I was making fun of you because of your disability, which is he totally made up. And I know that he said the same thing about Vinyl Joe, that he was making fun of you or your disability. And he totally made that up.
Yeah, I'm sure you are saying that though, and you're
No,
covering
I'm
up your
not.
tracks right now.
No, I'm not. I
You're
never
not
said
saying,
that.
"Oh no, I don't say that. I don't say it for sure."
No, there's no proof.
There's no proof. I can prove to you Fears saying I should die in a fire and I should die in a car wreck. Do you really trust somebody that says things like that, Segacamp? Do you trust anything Fears says? Because if so, that's stupid of you.
Dude, I have a picture of Fears talking crap about Vinyl Joe's mother.
Yeah.
Maybe you should show us that picture.
Let me upload it real quick. It was in Segacamp's Twitch channel. So I mean, Segacamp, you should have seen that too.
Sega doesn't read chat.
That's ban-worthy, in fact.
I mean, I think Fears should have got like a perma ban.
Segacamp, I swear on my own life, I said nothing about your family.
Alright, how do I put
Better be right about this.
I swear on my own life.
Look at the image I put in the chat. That's Fears talking about Vinyl Joe's mom.
Wow. And it's
Yeah,
even in
see?
all caps, which is
Yeah.
Fears' trademark.
Yeah, we gotta ban him
Yep.
for all caps. That's another 24 hours.
That might even be 48 hours.
Yeah, I think you're right.
If it was up to me, it'd be a perma ban, but it's not my chat, so.
I did give him a 24-hour ban though, guys.
I know it should have been longer.
Is he still modded, or?
I think Fears is hacking the
Both
hangout.
you and Fears.
What? What do you say?
This was an
Your internet
afterthought.
was lagging.
You were lagging. Would you say Segacamp be lagged?
There,
Yeah, you're here.
guys.
Hello.
You're lagging out bad, Sega.
Hello.
Jesus Christ.
Let me check the weather to see if there's a St. Thomas tornado going on.
Any snow or rain?
I think Fears is DDoSing Segacamp.
Little technical difficulties with the St. Thomas tornado.
Uh-oh. Is he gone?
Ah, darn it. Video is going great.
This is the Joe and Quinn.
Number1TommyFan.
I just lost my internet again. What the hell? I was just doing Segatalks and then I lost my internet.
Finally lost it. I finally lost my internet, sadly. I am finally lost my internet, sadly, guys.
Well, I hope the interview was entertaining.
I think that was a really good interview. That was way better than any of the Segacamp and Fears interviews.
Those are so awful.
Fears is the worst interviewer ever.
Well, I haven't seen them, but I'm pretty sure they were pretty terrible.
Listen, you covered more in this interview than they have in like, or than Fears has in like 23 parts.
Well, Fears is such a fucking narcissist. He probably never shut up about himself.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Yeah,
how it
that's,
goes.
yeah, that's basically it.
He shows up in the chat, all caps. Hey, Sega, it's me, Fears. Shut the fuck up. That's not normal behavior.
No, it's not. I mean, I think he has something fucked up in his brain.
He
Yeah,
got autism or something.
it's the hormone that controls the pink level of his skin. It's like way out of control.
Oh, he's in the chat. I don't know if he has you chat block, Joe.
Yeah, he does. What does he say?
He says, he says, lol, all caps. Wow, idiots, lol. I love it.
Are we still live? Are we
we're
still
still
live?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I thought we were taking off the air.
No, it's still. I'm pretty sure. It's still live.
It'll stop eventually.
Oh, okay. This great Google Plus technology.
I think it takes like a few minutes so the person can come back.
Is it true what we're saying, Callie? Yeah, he does have autism, or at least
He's got some undiagnosed retardation of
Oh,
some
here I'm
kind.
gonna.
He's at least a soy boy. We know that for sure.
No, he's literally a soy boy because he drinks soy milk, and
Let's take his
he
back.
can't drink dairy. He has Crohn's, so he's actually a soy boy.
Yo,
Shout out to the
Sega,
Segacamp
what
gamers.
happened?
Still saying shit, are we?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
I think you misheard something. Segacamp. What happened to your internet?
It crept out on me.
Is it good now though?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
So what's going on?
Just been trying to been busy trying to get the internet back on again. I had to unplug it and then wait for it to be completely shut down and then just turn it back on again. Let it do its slow rebooting process.
So Segacamp, I was thinking maybe you should have Number1TommyFan start doing all your interviews instead of Fears now.
Well, I work every other Monday, so unfortunately that's impossible. But on the Mondays that I don't work, I'm totally down for that.
You need to just quit your job and sit at the coffee shop all day, like Fearsman26.
I'm not like Fears where I have a coffee shop.
No, he's talking.
There doesn't exist one here in St. Thomas.
We
There
never
doesn't exist a Starbucks. Unless you want me to go to London.
What?
Yeah,
London, England?
Shops are illegal.
London, Ontario. Which is actually a 1-hour drive away from here.
Take the Greyhound.
Yeah.
Just walk.
Yeah, just walk.
Yeah, Tommy walks
Walk.
everywhere.
It's not winter
1 hour
anymore.
drive could be like 2 hours for me. Maybe 3.
The 2-hour drive is the 1 hour
A
drive.
2-hour walk to 3-hour walk.
It's not that bad.
Wait, hold on. It takes 2 hours to get to the 3-hour walk?
Oh,
5-hour walk we're talking
you
about.
guys are.
Did he leave?
Uh-oh.
Did Sega leave his own show? Well, I guess it's our show now, guys.
Let's just keep this going all 24 hours.
You know, that didn't really encourage me to become the #1
I
Segacamp
better
fan.
just end the show before I get
No,
disconnected.
don't do
Well,
that.
hold on.
Hold on.
These guys haven't asked you any questions.
We haven't even done one question, one impression.
Make it quick,
It's
because I
fully
feel
cool.
like ending the show soon.
Can I do mine?
Yeah, Joey's got one.
Coming down to closing time, guys.
Can you do an impression of Fears getting mad at Vinyl Joe?
Make sure that you're crying on your floor
You're throwing up.
for a real accurate impression.
You'll have to hold your breath for a bit so your face gets really pink.
My question is, why is Fears lying about what Vinyl Joe said about your mom?
Okay, thank you for watching
we're
Sega
not
Talks,
done here.
everybody. Happy Victoria
Are you
Day
gonna
to
buy
this?
everybody
Quick,
here in
quick,
Canada.
Follow the-
Click that button to subscribe, click that button to
Follow
check out
Joey
the
and Fully
Acapella
Cooley
plays.
and
And as
Number1
always,
Tommy Fan, Brick Road.
Subscribe to Segacamp Machinima.
Fuck you, Di Quinton.
Who's Di Quinton? There's only Fully Cooley in here.
I'm fully.
Fuck you, Fooly Cooley. It's you, Di Quinton.
No, it's not.
Telling everybody to follow or sub to Segacamp Machinima.
That is
Screw you.
It's a joke.
Isn't that your channel?